Hello, my lovely Libras. This is going to be your weekly reading. We're going to pull a couple of different things for you. We're going to see how life's treating you, some songs, as well as signs, symbols, and synchronicities, one of my newest decks, and some tarot, of course, to see what's going on for you for the week. So if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Damsel in Distress Tarot. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're not already subscribed but like my content, please consider doing so. Like, comment, and share. I do try and reply to all of you. All right, let's see what we have going on for how's life treating you this week, what is going on, and what do we need to know. Car accident. Drive safely and watch out for the idiots along the way. So you might potentially avoid one if you are cautious, but you want to also be careful that you are, paying attention. No distracted driving. Put your cell phone down. Pay attention and focus at what's in front of you. You could potentially avoid a serious accident. All right, let's see what else we have going on. Where to go? It flipped. Where is it? There it is, Spa Day. So this has come out in several of the readings. So we definitely need to focus on some self-care. So treat yourself and relax. So whether you go to the spa, whether you go get your hair and nails done, or whether you're just taking some time out for self-care and to take care of number one, which is you. If you're depleted, you can't take care of everybody else around you. So you have to start by filling up your own cup. And that means by taking care of your needs as well. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself. All right, what else do we need to know? Heartbreak Hotel, breakup, cheaters, or ending a relationship. So this could be something that you really do need to kind of recover from, or I feel like this is something that, if it's inevitable, if it's going to happen, then we have to make sure that we go through the grief process. So take good care of yourself in the meantime. This might be where maybe you transform a little bit. Maybe you're going to go change your hairstyle. Maybe you buy some new clothes. Maybe, whatever it is that makes you feel a little bit better about the situation ending. And sometimes really endings turn out to be blessings in disguise. So embrace the changes. If there's something that needs to end, then it needs to end. Bought my first house, financial matters going well. So you could be also leaving something and turning around and purchasing something new. Could be a big purchase. It could be a new house. So be really careful with that. If you can't afford it, then you want to make sure that you are very careful that you don't bite off more than you can chew. Artistic, artist, inventions, crafts, handmade, and inspired ideas. So maybe you're a little crafty. Maybe you make a lot of things. Maybe you're super artistic in some way, shape, or form. And maybe that's something that's an outlet for you. You might be an inventor of some kind as well, but some seriously inspired ideas. All right, signs, symbols, and synchronicities. There's some sort of knowledge or learning that you need to tap into. I feel like you could be studying something right now. Could be something spiritual, could be something religious. Maybe you're furthering your education in some area, but that it's important for you, that there's a lot of learning that's trying to take place. The wind chime, if I could get the words out. I always trip over my words, guys, sorry. So the wind chime is about good luck. It's also about happiness and creating like a new vibration. So think about when you hear the wind chimes, it's usually a very peaceful tone and it's a very like soft tone. But I feel like there's some good luck that's going to transform, and maybe you hear a wind chime as confirmation when this good news comes through. The dragonfly, some sort of change, some self-reflection. It's time to adapt and transform, and I think you're going to have to do that after some sort of ending. Could also be seeing a dragonfly as confirmation for that. The Eye of Horus, this is the feminine side. We have the Eye of Ra, the Eye of Horus, and one is masculine, one is feminine. The feminine is the seer. She is somebody who's tapped into her intuition. She's somebody who is guided by source, guided by spirit, and she's also very capable of things like magic. It's sexual energy. It's a lot of protection and using that magic and that intuition to create healing. So she might be somebody that helps you heal from things that you're going through. You're also protected. You might see a wolf in your path. This is something that could be like a spiritual familiar. It's guardianship, it's loyalty, and it's also a sense of family. Yeah, we have the witch's familiar as well. So we have a wolf, so a dog or a cat could be significant. This one's a black cat. So familiar spirits, animals, helpers, and entities could be crossing your path. So think of like spirit guides. Sometimes they're animals, sometimes it's people, sometimes it's like angels, but we definitely have a lot of those around us at any given time, and they're there to help us. Oops, I forgot your music. Let's see what kind of songs we need for Libras. We have bless the broken road. So remember that there's lots of twists and turns, detours, bumps, car accidents along the road. So we want to be careful, but we also know that this is leading us to where we're truly meant to be. So we have to embrace the changes and kind of go with the flow and be willing to adapt to some of these things that are coming along. What I've done. I feel like you might be feeling like you're facing judgment. Maybe you walked away from something that maybe later you wish you hadn't, or maybe you got involved with somebody that later you wish you hadn't. And that maybe there needs to be some sort of ending in this situation or this relationship. And I feel like karma is also coming through, like it's all going to come out in the wash. All right, big green tractor. You might want to relocate. Maybe you're thinking of going to someplace more rural. Maybe you drive a big green tractor. Maybe you're into agriculture or farming sort of things. But this is telling us that it's like we need to step out of our normal into a different area. Back at 1, I feel like you have to get back to basics, that maybe you really have to refocus your energy, kind of decide what it is that works for you, what doesn't work for you in order to go forward. And I think you're reminiscing about this person and the kind of love that you guys had with each other. I think you felt like this person was your forever person, but there's been a lot of distance or an actual ending. You could also be at a physical distance from this person, could be emotional, could be both. But I feel like there's been a big disconnect between the two of you. And you thought this was your person. You thought this was going to be your forever person. And this ending is really hurting you. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like you're one number away from actually talking to this person, but for whatever reason you're hesitating. It's like you want to have a really good day. Maybe you don't want to ruin this person's day. Maybe things are going good after an ending and you just don't kind of really want to stir the pot again. But I think this is closer than you think it is, so you may have to actually face these things. All right, let's use this deck. Let's see what we have going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What does Libra need to know? King of Cups. So this is typically a lot of emotional fulfillment. This is somebody who I refer to as the ideal father figure. He's nurturing, he's romantic, he's loyal, he's dependable, he's trustworthy, he's like all the good stuff, right? He brings the emotional element to a relationship. Maybe that's what's missing in your current situation, and maybe that's why there needs to be an ending. Libras operate with their analytical mind. They operate out of logic and not necessarily emotions. So maybe you really need to tap into those feelings that you feel and express them in a way that this person understands. There's a lot of stuck, stagnant energy. Could be dealing with a Pisces. The Hanged Man says that there's no forward progress. There's no movement. There hasn't been anything that's actually progressed. It's like everything's at a standstill. I feel like money could be an obstacle, that you're waiting on some sort of abundance to come in that hasn't happened. It's the fruits of your labor, and maybe that hasn't quite panned out yet. There's some big changes that need to happen in this situation, whether that's a breakup, an ending, letting things kind of crumble to maybe rebuild in the future, or whether this is something that it just doesn't work and it has to end because neither person is really being fulfilled or very happy, that some changes have to occur or things are not going to go any further. All right, I think you want a victory in this, and I think that's possible, but I also think that there needs to be a lot of communication openly and honestly with this person about what isn't working in order to go forward. I feel like both of you have waited a really long time for each other, and I think that you still want commitment with this person, but there hasn't been any real progress. And so I feel like this person's been kept in the dark or been kept waiting, or you have, whichever way it resonates. Tarot can go either way. And so because there has been very little progress and that it's been a long waiting game, I just feel like there isn't a whole lot of forward movement towards union. It's like maybe you guys have talked about it, but nothing's really changed. And so maybe this person wants to travel. Maybe they are closing out old cycles, or you are, in order for new opportunities to come in. I think they're chasing their abundance. The question is, what are you doing? Are you also working towards your abundance? Are you working towards your future? Or are things really stuck and stagnant and that needs to change? Judgment's being passed either way. So whether you're making a conscious decision to make some things work or not work or cut things off, karma's coming to kind of deal some cards, and karma sees everything. So like nothing's hidden from the divine. These changes are necessary, and I feel like whether it's an ending with this person or whether it's like renewing things and transforming the energy, something has to change because you can't keep doing what you're doing, and karma is coming to make sure of it. So judgment, people might be passing judgments of you, vice versa. You could be passing judgments on them, but something is being illuminated that needs to change. This is part of the growth and the transition. There's been a lot of conflict. There's been a lot of clashing egos, and you want a victory. And I feel like you want to win at all costs. It's almost like you don't care about the final outcome, that you just want to be victorious, and that's not helping your situation. You or your person might have a lot of options when it comes to love. So somebody could be making some sort of offer to who you view as your person. It could be something they're contemplating, especially if you've kept them waiting for a long time. They want to be emotionally fulfilled. And if you're not bringing that element to this person, then I feel like they're looking elsewhere because it's not an emotionally fulfilling relationship. The King of Cups is water. Its elements is like nurturing, empathy, it's emotions. And you're not tapped into that energy, you're missing out on a lot of things that could be really potentially fulfilling to you. It could be with this person. All three of these are water sign energy. We have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, 10 of Cups, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and 9 of Cups, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And here's you charging forward, with this brave attitude, but it's like it's not fulfilling. It's like you might be going bravely with some offer. You might be coming in with confidence like your shit don't stink, but you're not matching the energy. Read the fucking room. See that things need to change. See that the divine is trying to intervene. They're trying to show you something doesn't work. If you want to be victorious, you have to change what doesn't work to get there. What else does Libra need to know? A decision is going to be made. And I feel like this decision might be out of your hands, and it's going to cause a huge upheaval for you. This is something that it's like divine intervention at its finest is coming in to literally open your eyes. If you look at this card, her eyes are closed. She's trying to make a decision. It's like she's burning, it's like there's a sea of emotions behind her. There's passion inside of her, but she's got her arms crossed. She's not open to seeing what it is. So your eyes are about to be opened by this divine intervention in this tower moment. All right. You're losing sleep over what's the outcome of this, but it's almost like you're in denial is what I'm picking up. You're in denial. You think everything's fine, or you're pretending like everything's fine, even though there's so much inner turmoil in this situation. It's causing you to lose sleep. There's a battle of the wills. There's ego issues. There's chaos. There's conflict. There's flight. There's fighting. And it's affecting not only you, it's affecting your whole family. And so this is something that has to end. It's like you don't want to lose your person, but at the same time, your person is trying to set themselves free because they don't want to deal with it. And it's taking a lot of strength in order to get to this place, but it's like you have to find the strength in order to defeat all of these negative things that are coming against you. Yeah, money struggles are another problem. And so again, it's like you can't just pretend them away. You have to find the balance. There's lots of issues emotionally. I feel like your person is really, really sad, or that they have been for a long time. Maybe you as well. And you're going to be really sad if you lose the person that you wanted to be with because you refuse to see things in a different perspective. I think you need to see their perspective on this. Why can't you give them something that's emotionally fulfilling? Is it that you don't want to, or are you incapable? And that's something that you'd have to ask yourself. But you got to shift your perspective because they want emotional fulfillment. They don't want something that's draining anymore. They're going after their wish fulfillment. And if you see this person in your life as your wish fulfillment, you could lose that simply by not being open to changing some things that don't work in your life. This person's ready to cut out the obstacles. They don't want to stay in stuck, stagnant energy. They want to be emotionally fulfilled. They want to be happy. They want union with somebody who gives them what it is that they're looking for. And they're going to cut out the people in their life that make them miserable. There is a decision that's coming. And I think somebody is coming in to give your person a new opportunity because you're refusing to make some changes that you need to. So I don't know if you're going to get a victory unless you actually change some things. I also feel like you might be trying to make a fresh offer to your person before somebody else does. But at the same time, if it's an empty offer, I don't think that it's going to go very far. Yeah, juggling. So either you're juggling, they're juggling, you're juggling finances, you're juggling decisions, but there is something that clearly does need to be reached. Let's get one more deck for a different ending here. All right, yeah, double confirmation. We have the Two of Coins, both decks, last two cards that I pulled. So there's a lot of juggling going on, juggling decisions, money, responsibilities, and you can't juggle forever. You have to learn to let your guard down. You can't always be so judgmental. You can't always be so guarded all the time. You have to learn to let people in and show your emotions. Excuse me, lots of burpy energy, hiccup energy comes with fear. You are so afraid to let people in because you've been hurt so badly before. But if you actually want your victory with this person, the only way that's going to happen is to show them that you actually have, legitimate feelings, that you are able to show empathy, compassion, nurturing, and to give them the emotional fulfillment that's lacking in this situation. If your guard's so high, that's never going to happen, and this person is going to leave. They're being divinely guided to another person. I feel like you want to marry this person, but at the same time, if you're not fulfilling their needs emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all of those things, they aren't going to want to be in a long-term commitment or married to a person like that. It's the reality. So we have to be willing to try something new. All right, Seven of Wands. You're going to have to stand up for what it is that you want and defend the things that are important to you. You're going to have to let go of the previous heartbreak and pain. Heartbreak Hotel, we started with that. If you don't want another breakup, then do something to change that. You can't keep this person waiting forever. They're starting to see things differently. And I do feel like somebody new is coming in quickly to offer them the abundance and the emotional fulfillment they have been looking for in you this whole time. So an offer that will come out of the blue is coming in either towards your person, or that you're going to have to like man up and actually make a legitimate offer, because they're manifesting everything that they want in either you or somebody else. I don't think they necessarily care who it comes from, as long as it comes legitimately from the heart, that it's true, that it's real, and that it's something that is meaningful, and that it's full of what is lacking. So that's what we have for you. I hope it helps. Have a great rest of your week.